Around about 7:30, I was figuring out where the hell I was going to sleep. And most of the time, it was under the library steps at the Shelsley building. How many of you know that building? I was homeless, I was broke, I was out of varsity. Pretty much, I was a joke. That's where I was in 2011. If you fast forward to now, I'm a second-year law student, I'm getting decent grades, and I'm in the SRC. I serve under the gentleman called Shafi. And I'm here to tell you a part of my story about how I moved from being the homeless guy to being the guy who's here, because there's something very important that I want you to take away. But before I tell you that, let me just do a quick survey. Has everybody checked their marks right now? Raise your hand if you checked your marks. Okay. No, pick them up. Pick them up. If you're delighted with your marks, keep your hand up. Okay. Of the people who still have their hands up, if you're delighted with everything else in your life, keep your hand up. Okay. Okay, that's fine. There's something I want to tell you, because when I was in that position and I didn't even have 5 rand, a lot of people told me to reconsider, right? Even people you wouldn't have expected to tell you to reconsider. So for example, once my pastor called me in and had a conversation with me about how I needed to go back to my country. He's like, it doesn't look like it's working out here, right? So the point is, normally, you're going to go through something you don't like. And right now, you don't like your marks. And I didn't like where I was at that point. And a lot of people told me a whole bunch of stuff. A lot of it was around how I needed to quit. But the first thing that I decided to do was to stay close to the dream. So everybody in here, hopefully, you have some kind of a dream. Some of you won't even tell it to your friends. You're even afraid to pray about it. But you have some kind of a dream. And you have to stay close to your dream. Because there is a bond between you and your dream that only you can bring to fruition. So I decided that whatever happened in my life, I wasn't going to leave Wits until I had a degree. I was going to stay here and I was going to do whatever it took to make it to the other side, right? So, 2012, I started selling earphones. I don't know, who was here last year? Raise your hand if you were here last year. The previous year, keep your hand up. Okay, so some of you may have seen me right outside the library steps, selling earphones. 6 months warranty, 20 rands, great sound quality. That was my speech. And I sold as many of those earphones as I had to get back into varsity. I owed a lot of money. I didn't have anywhere to stay when I started selling the earphones. But by the way the universe works, and I believe it's God, I'm back here and I'm even in SRC. Who knew, huh? When I was selling earphones, I remember once, one guy asked me if it was a valid contract. He's like, he actually asked his friend, he was like, I wonder, bro, is this a valid contract? You know, this guy is saying 6 months, what, but can I hold him liable? And I wanted to answer the guy, and I was like, can I offer you information? He's like, don't worry, it's lost. And I was like, wow. I wish I knew that guy's name, so that one day when I'm signed somewhere, and I'm a big lawyer, I'll call him and say, about that contract. But anyway, I don't want to take a lot of time. The biggest thing I want to tell you guys is, never change the decision. If you make that decision and it sounds like that kind of life would make you the happiest person, that's the correct decision. So some of you want to go to Harvard, some of you want to do big things, start companies. If that makes you feel good, if that vision sounds like it's the correct vision, don't change the decision because the circumstances don't allow it. Don't ever do that. Keep the decision pure. If you have to, change the strategy. But never, ever change the decision. Because if I had changed my mind on becoming a Wits graduate, God knows where I'd be. If I had gone back to my broken country, I'd just be a poor orphan there with no prospects. But now I'm halfway through my degree, and I know I'm going to finish it. But the only thing that makes me stand here with authority and say, don't do it, is because I know it's true. You have no idea what it's like to go around in the bins trying to see what was left over. You know, because people sometimes throw those extra slices away from from Royal Nani. So at some point, that was my life. Around about 8 p.m., I'd start walking around. Because that's when no one is here. But I want to tell you something. Keeping the decision pure when you have no money, when you're hungry, and when your bed is the sleeping bag you bought 3 years ago, that's tough. But never, ever, ever change your decision to be who you want to be. And if ever you doubt, remember that I at least told you that I could move from being homeless to standing in front of you guys, 200 people in this room, in the best university in Africa, because I didn't change the decision. Thanks.